which you said that last week, and I'm like, no way. Oh yeah, he's in third with 17 touchdown passes, which is absolutely incredible to see. But Herbert is number one, and their offense is a wagon.
Yeah.
I think I'm almost more worried about the Chargers offense than I was the Colts offense, just because I think Herbert is significantly better quarterback than Daniel Jones is.
I do too. I think Herbert is better for sure. I would agree with that. You know, they got a lot of weapons, man. They got that rookie too, tight end who's unreal. He is unreal. He came out of nowhere too.
Yeah, I mean, and that's another one of those. We have to worry about tight ends again this week. You know, they just need to follow whatever the game plan was that they had last week. I thought was a great game plan. And you heard the guys say after the game, they just simplified it. They made it a lot more read and react. It was a lot less, complicated scheme. And they look like they played significantly better football that way. They also played a lot more zone, a lot less man coverage.
Yeah.
I think we want them to play man coverage because we think that that's what it's going to take to beat the Jamar Chases and the T. Higgins of the world. I just don't know if the Steelers have the personnel to do it. They're going to have to go back to letting the pass rush win for them and hoping that the secondary just holds on as long as they possibly can.
Yeah, that's what they gotta transition to that, man, because man wasn't it. They were getting cooked nonstop out there. I mean, they still gave up a million yards last week, but it was just in garbage time really when they're just playing defense and not let them score a touchdown. They're giving them everything underneath and over the middle and whatnot. But I could live with that. It's just this week's a tough test, man. It's a tough test. They got a lot of weapons, that Chargers offense. The only bright spot for this defensive line is there's no Joe Alt. Joe Alt is done for the year, so I mean, sucks for the Chargers if you're a Chargers fan. But I mean, if you're the Steelers D line, man, Herbert gets pressured the most. He gets hit the most. He could be in for a long night, Herbert. He could.
Jerry, they have the worst, statistically, they have the worst offensive line in football. He is getting rushed almost every time he drops back.
Yeah.
Losing Joe Alt is huge, though. I came across a stat that's pretty interesting. In games where the Chargers, Joe Alt either leaves the game with an injury or just doesn't play at all. Week 4 against the Giants, they lost 21-18. Week 5 to the Commanders, they lost 27-10. Week 6 against the Dolphins, they barely won 29-27. Those are 3 not very good football teams this year. Okay, so they're squeaking it out. On paper, at 6-3, Chargers look like a wagon, and they have this great offense. They have a pretty decent defense, but they're squeaking by these teams. They got blown out by the Colts, 38-24, and we just manhandled the Colts. And they barely beat the Titans, who also aren't good, 27-20. So without Joe Alt, that is not a very good offensive line. No. Even with Joe Alt, they weren't a very good offensive line.
Yeah.
The Steelers' pass rush needs to dominate this week. Starting with, Cam Hayward needs to have another game right in the middle of that defense.
Yeah, he does, man. He does. That defensive line gotta, stay the course like he did last week. Get your hands up. Herbert's gonna try to get the ball out quick. I feel like they're gonna try to follow a similar Packers and Bengals game plan. Especially with a dinged up offensive line. You're gonna probably see him get the ball out early this Sunday night. So, listen, defense gotta step it up. And listen, the offense. While we have been scoring and whatnot, they're really not running the ball great, man. They're
terrible, actually terrible. We're not a very good running team.
I would love to see a game where they just grind it out, man. Just grind them out, and keep the ball. Long drives. We haven't really had a bunch of those long drives this year. I would like to see a couple long drives. Keep that Chargers defense on the field. The ball away from Herbert. I would love to see the running game get going a little bit. I think Fautanu's having a really fucking good year right now, man. Really good. Really impressed with him. Offensive line has stepped up big time the last couple of weeks. I will say that.
Without a doubt. Let me read you the PFF. Now, again, not big PFF fans, but we'll read you what their grades were for that Colts game. Samalo 86.7, Frazier 84.2, McCormick 83.1, Fautanu 80.5, Broderick Jones 64.7. Broderick's still struggling a little bit, and he struggles with guys who get right up in his body.
Yeah.
And this is starting to become something that you can see now. If a guy gets right up on him, he kind of gets bullied right back into Rodgers, and then you'll see Rodgers leak out to the right side. Rodgers can feel it, which is great, that he still has the ability to feel that pressure, but he's definitely the weak link still on that offensive line. But, Jerry, you couldn't say it any better. Troy Fautanu was a dog. I mean, he is 100% a home run slam dunk pick. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
he's everything you would have hoped Roderick Jones would have been. It would have been nice if Falcao didn't get hurt last year and you could have him with a year under his belt. But my God, man, he's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, he's dominating edge rushers, man.
Just me.
Drop zone. Enemy shooters are swarming the area, so expect heavy resistance. I'll update you on the ground as info comes in. Good hunting. You are good to go to deploy. Call it.
Get to that RV point! Move!
Hostile shooter jumping into your area.
Does not work.
Heads up. Mission updates just came in.
Stop them!
partner.
Need a medic. I'm hit.
Oh, this nigga's trash. Oh, he got him. Nice. I didn't realize the other dude was in there too.
Cock and lock. You're heading back in.
I'm over here. Take what you can. You're
Come
a
on.
lifesaver.
I gotta stop doing that.
Look alive. A friendly's redeploying.
Arguably the worst location.
Doesn't look good.
Heads up, you got a weapons drop about to hit the ground. Put it to good use.
Yeah, motherfucking gold gun.
Heads up, new mission incoming. Check your briefing. Check your mission. Got a new mission for you. Details on your map. Got a target-rich environment. Stay alert.
Let's see.
New mission is up. It's marked on your map. Hey, there's a threat in your vicinity. You need to stop them before they stop you.
Mandatory evacuation in effect. It seemed like a billboard would be a really inefficient way to do that. Now, how long does it take to put up a billboard?
my AO! Let's spare ammo for you.
Does it only affect what then you have out?
clock down, but it didn't work out. Just get it on the next try.
It always happens that way.
You're out, and your squad's done for. Better luck next time.
Is there just somebody behind us, or like, you know? Yeah, they're right there. Somehow I always get fucking surprised, man. Every time.
Half the enemy is KIA. Keep dumping them.
Dog shit, I always got dog shit. So fucking frustrating, man. People right up my ass. I get a chance to defend myself 9 out of 10 times. Damn. I thought my stream was running okay. I guess it's not.
Not done with the fight yet, but getting close.
Nice.
You know, I go back to Rogers and he's such a veteran. It's that one rush that Micah had on him. You know, I think it was right over Broderick Jones maybe, or the inside of him, I forget. But, you know, Rogers, Micah barely, like, is going to, you know, strip the ball, and Rogers gets it out, and Micah's like, what the fuck? How'd you know I was right there? He's like, the crowd. I heard the crowd, you know? Yeah. It's just like a veteran fucking move, man. So I'm very impressed with Rogers as well. Last couple weeks, you know, getting out the pocket when he needs to. You know, I mean, there's nothing really bad you can say about Rogers up to this point in the year. All good things. You know, sure, he's had a couple turnovers, you know, here and there, but nothing crazy.
That's normal.
Yeah.
Quarterback turn the ball over. That's not a problem.
He's got
Anyone
fucking 17 touchdown passes, right?
Exactly, Jerry. If you'd have told me at the halfway point in the season that Aaron Rodgers would have 17 touchdown passes, I'm thinking this team is a fucking wagon. And if the defense can turn the corner, and this is going to be one of those games where, all right, was the Colts win a fluky win because they have 6 takeaways? Possibly. We'll find out. That's the best part. We're going to find out this week now.
Yeah.
Can this team sustain it? Can they win a game when you don't have a ton of takeaways? Can you win a game with 1 takeaway? But there are things that they still do that are very concerning defensively, and that's why you still need Rodgers to punch the ball in. We're going to have to still finish drives. You're going to have to get 7, not 3. We're going to say that the whole season, I fear, because this defense is still bend, don't break, and they bend a lot.
Yeah.
Even in that Colts game, Jerry, it feels like 3rd and 30, they might give that fucker up. They give up a ton of long 3rd downs and then a ton of 4th downs.
And they give up a lot of yards on 1st down, man. A lot of yards.
we're still the 30th ranked defense in football, even after that game. So, you know, the only thing that makes them look somewhat respectable is when they have the big games with the big takeaways. Because other than that, they don't get off the field very well. They don't get off the field on third down nearly at all. That stat now, remember, it was 40% on third and 7 going into that Colts game. It's now 44% on 3rd and 7 or longer. They give up a first down.
Oh my God!
It's getting
almost half the time is bad.
Yes, it's not getting better; it's getting worse, and so that's going to come down to
Oh
that's
my
gonna have to be
God.
something that we have to fucking figure out on 3rd and longs, figuring out how to get off the field, keep them in front of you, because you're going to continue to play high scoring offenses and good quarterbacks, and you're going to want to get off the field on 3rd down. That's the biggest thing for me, man. If they can do that, if they can genuinely turn the corner on that, I'll believe in them, because they're averaging 25.5 points offensively, and that's leaving things on the table.
Yeah.
I feel like they left a touchdown at least on the table in that Colts game. And so, you know, a lot of the people hit us back after we recorded that episode, and they're like, I'm not a believer yet. I'm not a believer because you have 6 takeaways and you win by a touchdown. A lot of that was garbage time, though.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of that Colts scoring in that game was garbage time touchdowns. And, you know, you have the bad turnover at the end of the game by Roman Wilson that let them score there at the end. But I thought that they dominated the game for the most part. Yes, I would have loved to see 30 when you have 6 takeaways. No doubt about it.
I would have loved it. I mean, they would have loved it, and they should have, man. They fucking should have. But listen, you know, all that pretty much, you know, I mean, Daniel Jones, I feel like the 4th quarter, they were pretty much dead, the Colts, and I mean,
yeah,
he threw for over 100 yards easily in the 4th quarter alone, you know, so a lot of that was garbage time. They were just giving up everything underneath and whatnot. But I mean, if this defense can keep that game plan, getting their hands up as well is massive. There was a bunch of tip passes that game, which we haven't seen in a couple weeks. If they could do that to Herbert, I mean, we're going to have pretty much the home field advantage. We know that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we could really grind this game out, man. We could win this game. We could win this game. I know we're dogs again, but we could win this game.
This is a big one for me. This is, you want me to buy back in, I need to see them win this game. And I've really started to like throttle myself down and not try and talk myself into it. But I do think that they're going to win. The only concern that I have is there are a lot of things that go against the Steelers in this game. They're 4-6 in their last 10 games on Sunday Night Football, and they're 6-9 in their last 15 games on Sunday Night Football.
Isn't that crazy?
Damn.
I mean, I remember growing up as a kid, we would just dominate prime time. I mean, dominate it.